welcome back to This From That. This is a new series that I've started using a magazine from Bella Grace, New Generation, and I'm incorporating my journaling right into the magazine images. So I'm going to show you what it looks like before I started the journaling, and then how I changed the images and incorporated them to accommodate my journaling. So this will be the May flip. And this is what it looked like when I finished this week's journaling. And I'm going to put a picture right alongside here. You can see that there was an easel on the table. And I took that easel and I cut a hole out of the center. I left the Now Playing and put Crafty Hodges there because I'm going to be teaching a class on June 9th. And I found out that I was going to be teaching this class when I did this journaling entry. So it fit perfectly there. And this was just an image. It was on a card, and then I just cut that center out. And I just used a quick date stamp there, and then I did some journaling under here. Now this was all open, and so what I wanted to do was just kind of isolate it and give it a little bit of color. So I just added a couple pieces of paper. These are just torn sheets. And then journaled and added a few images. Over here, this was kind of, you can see it's dark. And so I just did a little bit of color there to just brighten up that area. Now this area had just some vague background colors. And so I just put an image there that I liked, and then I did some journaling. Over on this side, of course, Mozzie always makes it in, and this actually fit in perfectly with the image that was there, so I just took a picture of him and dropped it in, and then this was light enough that I could just journal right here, and the title happened to be working, was outdoors, and then I just added a stamp here that said working because I was working in the yard. And then everything else on this page was just added because I liked it. There was writing right along in here and here, as you can see on the original. And so that made it easy to just write right over it. This is a napkin that I dropped in and an image that I liked. And I ended up just adding bits and pops of color just to brighten the page. I've noticed these next few pages are rather dark, and so it really helps to brighten it up a bit. Add some washi tape and just, a little bit of doodling and down here, little bits of washi tape here and there. So this from that. So if we move on to the next page, this one looks really busy. It didn't start out busy, but I had a lot of fun with it. So on this image here, you can see that these were a bunch of flip-flops in a circle. And as soon as I saw that, I thought of a flower. So I drew images to make right along those flip-flops to make it look like a flower. And then I did some doodling on it, put a circle in the center, and then an image that I liked. Now, sometimes I don't write. The image speaks for me. And I don't think you have to, if you know what it means, that's what's important. And in quite a few of these images lately, those are speaking to me, and I know exactly what they mean, kind of like a code just for me. In this image down here, you can see that there's 4 girls. Well, I took the 4 girls and made them 3. So I put 3 heads right on their bodies. I added some wings and just some doodling into their shirts. And I really like how this turned out. And this was all about friends. So I just took some magazine letters and just put them along there and did my journaling. Over along the side here, I just added for color because, again, it was kind of a dark, not too bad, but a little bit of a dark page. So I just added some half circles to brighten that up a bit. So I couldn't really do anything with this card except put the Diane Reevely die cut here. So I just colored her in a little bit and had her leaning against the wheel and added to that. And then I just added bits and pieces of paper to do some journaling. and a photo here that I wanted to remember. So this from that. Moving on to the next page. This one was pretty easy to work with. There was, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do with those chairs, so I ended up just creating a really large quirky image. And so she's here and her body, and I just went right over those chairs. And then up here I added a napkin. You can still see some of the text that was there from the magazine. So I just added some things there. And then of course I had a haircut, and you know how if you've been following me for a while, I always put a rabbit there for my haircut. The next page was really just incorporating the colors. And this was the wedding of Meghan and Harry, and I didn't think I really cared about it, but I ended up getting up early and I turned on the TV and this was on, and I ended up watching it all the way through and crying in the whole darn thing. It was pretty touching. So anyway, I just made this whole page about that. So I grabbed some images that I found on the internet and just printed them out and did a lot of journaling. And so sometimes I won't incorporate the pages, I just can't. But anyway, so if you can't, you just doodle right over them and put some paper down if necessary. This from that. And this last page was really dark. These right in here was super dark. And so I incorporated some of it was make a list of special ways to spend your day with your BFF. Well, in my case, that's Jesse, my husband. And so what I did was I journaled about that, just added little pieces of titles that I had and found 2 images that I liked. And then over here, this was a place that you could also journal. So I just incorporated those in. I added some washi tape and a little bird there, just little bits and pieces, some hearts and these little arrows. And that was it. It turned out exactly the way I wanted it. This from that. And that's it for the month of May. May was a super busy month. With all of the artist trading coins, there's a lot of trades going on, and so it was busy. But anyway, I'm back on to journaling, and I'm really happy with how this is coming together. It's holding together nicely. I'm not having any problems with it breaking or falling, breaking away. And I think that's in part due to not adding, whole sheets of paper like I did the last couple of years in my journal. I think I really enjoy this and trying to incorporate those pages from the magazine into my journaling. So that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the May flip. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.